If you want to be the one who's in control in your relationship with a man, then you need to learn to ignore them. You need to learn to ignore men. Because once you can master this, you can control your relationship. You will always stay in power. He will not be able to manipulate you. When you learn to ignore men, you can get almost anything you want out of him. Now, I'm going to teach you about this, and I'm telling you this right now. This is not for the purpose of manipulation. Okay, this is for the purpose of making sure that you maintain your power, because unless you've been living in a fantasy world, then you know that inside of every single relationship, I don't care if it's a situationship. In Brazil, we call it a ficante, which means it's kind of like a situationship. It's not really a relationship yet. I don't care if it is a full-on relationship. I don't care if you've been married for 50 years. At the end of the day, there is always going to be somebody who has more of the power in the relationship. It is never 50-50. That is a myth. Okay, and so if you want to make sure that you're the one who holds the cards and who has more power in your relationship, then you need to learn to use the power of silence strategically in your relationship with men. Not as a form of abuse, not as a form of hurting them, but as a way to make sure that you protect yourself. Get in here, get in here, get in here. Class is in session, all right? So let me tell you this right now, all right? The bottom line is this. When you are always making yourself available to men, in spite of the fact that that man is not making himself available to you in an equal amount, in spite of the fact that he doesn't treat you like you're a priority consistently, in spite of the fact that he's shown you through his own words, he's actually articulated to you, hey, I'm not yet ready for a relationship, and you continue to make yourself available for him, what you're doing is you're teaching him to undervalue you. When I tell you to learn to ignore men, I'm not telling you to do some grade school, immature, petty stuff. I'm here to tell you that your attention, your energy is extremely valuable, and you should not give it to anyone until they have shown you that they're willing to give you a level of energy that's equal to what you're going to give them. If you want that man to be in the lead and he wants to be in the lead, then he has to take the lead in showing you the level of attention that you want. Once he gives you the level of attention that you want, the level of attention that you need, the level of attention that you deserve, then you will match him there. But you will never do more than that. The only people who don't want to hear this are the men who want to manipulate you. There are men out here where literally their whole goal is to make sure that they can have access to you for what they want, disregard you when they don't want to have access to you, and call you back when they want you back. That is their whole MO. They've been doing it since they was teenagers, and some of them in their 30s, 40s, and 50s still doing the same things. Those are the ones who don't want you to know this, okay? Those are the same men where they will strategically ignore you. That man who's waiting hours and days to text you back, he's not that busy. He's purposely ignoring you. He's doing it so that you can increase your desire to talk to him. He's doing it so that he can be in control of the power dynamic. Men are some of the most manipulative creatures on earth. How do I know this? I am a man. Okay? I'm telling you this right now. We were taught from a very young age to be in control in every situation, rather it's in relationships, rather it's in business, rather it's in whatever space. Men are taught to be in control. So what makes you think that when he's doing these things that makes you feel like you're out of control, that it's just by accident? No, it's designed that way. That's how it's supposed to be in his mind. And the only way that he will relinquish control is when you yank it away from him. You got to snatch it away from him. You can't nag him into giving you more control, saying, baby, I wish you called me back. I wish you this. I wish you that. The more you ask him to do what you want, the more some men will be rebellious. I ain't got to do that. He may be good about it for about a week or two just to get you in checks, just so you can feel like he's doing something, but then he will pull away again. His rationing out of his attention, his using silence, is designed to keep him in control. So all I'm teaching you is to do the same things that they do. It's about leveling the playing field. That's all this is about. When you're dealing with the man and you're just meeting him, you're just going to know him, maybe you're dating, whatever it may be, or you've been dating for a while, and you're noticing a situation where it's like, hold on. Why is it I feel like I'm the one always doing the work? Why is it that I'm always the one planning the dates? Why is it I'm always the one reaching out? Why is it I'm always doing the whatever? When you have that feeling, pull your attention back in that area. Pull back. You have to ignore him. When that man ain't texting you back, you text him and then he, I don't know, text you back 5 hours, 6 hours later or something like that, and he don't work a job where he can't be near his phone. Let's be real. People text at work. But if he's done something like that, girl, here's what I want you to do. I want you to ignore him. Take a day. Take 2. Wait to respond back until your ancestors tell you to respond back. Some of y'all say, oh, well, he's going to think I'm mad. He's going to think I have an attitude. Baby, it doesn't matter what he thinks. It doesn't matter what he thinks. What matters is the sense of power and control you will feel. When you're not jumping at someone's beck and call, when you're not, oh, he called me, oh, he called me, oh, he called me, oh, let me respond to blah, 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 blah. When you're not doing that, you're empowering yourself. That's what you're doing. Let me raise this up. You're empowering yourself. You're telling yourself you're important. You're telling yourself you're a priority. You see what I'm saying? And so when you do that, it's going to make you feel good. And when you do finally text him back, don't you dare say sorry for my delay. Don't you dare explain yourself. What you say is, hey, baby, hard eyes, whatever you want to do. Hey, baby, hope you're doing well. Kisses. He has waited for you to respond. And when you do respond, you give him just enough to let him know he's special, just enough to let him know he's on your mind, just enough to be affectionate, but you never give more. You do exactly what they do. He will disappear for 12 hours. He will disappear for 2 days, living his life because he's allowed to do that if he's not your committed man. Everything I'm talking about is for these men who you're not in a committed relationship with. And if you got to use this with somebody you're in a committed relationship with, then do what you got to do. He's allowed to live his life. It's y'all that be the ones that get caught up. Let's be real. You getting caught up. Why ain't he text me? Why ain't he doing that? Why ain't he doing that? You ain't got a bit more commitment than a man in the moon. He is not committed to you. So with that understood, you need to make sure that you ration your energy out. When you're with him, you're going to make him feel like a king. When you're with him, he's going to get your undivided attention. It's going to be absolutely amazing. You're going to make sure of it. You're going to look good. You're going to smell good. Everything about you is going to be amazing. Memorable. You hear me? But when you're not with him, you're going to almost make him feel forgotten. You want to know why? Because you need him to get accustomed to the feeling of missing you. Some of these men don't respect you because you never give them the opportunity to miss you. You be craving them and chasing them because you have a whole lot of opportunities to miss them. Because they're slow texting, they're not as proactive to invite you out. They know what they're doing. What they're doing is they're building up a paradigm within you, whether they want to admit it or not, for you to become accustomed to yearning for him, for you to become accustomed to missing him. And what I'm here to tell you is that it can work in reverse. Stop being so available, just like April Monique just said. Stop being so available. Oh, MJ, that feels like such a game. You know, if I got to do all that, I just don't want him, baby. Let me say this, okay? Women who think like that always end up in the same situations. Because what you're saying is not, I'm too good to do this. What you're saying is not, oh, this is just a game. What you're saying is that you're unwilling to adapt to the realities of what it means to be with a man. You're not a man. You're not a man. I'm sitting here telling you how we think. Gay, straight, it don't matter. I'm telling you how men work. Men value things that are scarce. Men value things that they have to chase. Men value things that they have to yearn for. If you are constantly available, spending hours and hours and hours with him, talking to him and texting him for hours and hours and hours all day, at what point in time does he get to miss you? At what point in time does he get to think, dang, I'm really craving her? When? When does that happen? Help me to understand that. When? He doesn't. He doesn't get to miss you. And here's on top of it. If you really like a guy and you know he really likes you, but you kind of feel like, dang, he's not giving me the level of attention I want, pull back your attention. Give him less. Because if he really wants you, he will then step up automatically. And if he doesn't want you, and he doesn't step up, then you got the answer that you need. Some of y'all give these men so much attention and so much of your energy because deep down inside, you're afraid that if you don't do all the work, if you're not the one doing the texting, if you're not the one over functioning, then the relationship may not exist. And the reality is this: you can't think like that. You have to think like you are the prize, because they certainly think like they the prize. Let's just think about this for a second here, okay? This is normally something that I don't say, but I'm just going to say it in this moment, okay? Let's do a quick reality check right here, okay? I have lived in 4 countries at this point in time, and I can tell you I've seen the same dynamic in almost every country as it relates to women and men in relationships and dating. Straight women, straight men, okay? As a man, he is aware that he has power. He is aware of the dynamics. He is aware that there's a whole lot of straight women out here looking for straight men. But the reality is this: when you look at the pool of men available, right, you got to knock out some of them who are gay, right? Knock some of them out, because it's not going to work. Then you got to knock out some of them who may not be available to you for whatever reason. Maybe they in prison. Maybe they got mental health issues that prohibit their ability to be in a healthy relationship, whatever it may be, right? So now we got this rest of the men here who are straight. Now you got to knock out the ones who are taken. So out of all these men here, let's say we got 20% of them that's actually available to you. So with them knowing that whenever he steps out the door, he could be ugly as a bottom of a shoe, he always will have options for women. Men are aware of that. Do not think that they're not. So if he's aware of that, what makes you think that it works to your advantage to come across as a woman who's pursuing him, chasing him, or who doesn't know her value? Yes, he's a hot commodity, but so are you, and he's not going to see you that way if you don't act like it. I'm not trying to tell you to lie or to manipulate. What I'm saying is hold your value. If you were really so special, why are you double texting him? If you were really such a hot commodity yourself, this is how they think, right? If you were really such a hot commodity yourself, why are you chasing him? Why are you pursuing him? Why are you doing all the work to plan the dates? Why are you the one texting and when he don't text you back, you texting again? If you're such a hot commodity, why are you paying attention to the amount of time that it takes him to text you back, call you back, or plan a date? You would be living your life. And when he reaches out, he reaches out. And if you're available, you're available. And you respond when you want to. You operate on your own schedule in your own time, just like he does. That's why they operate like that. It's not a game. Men operate like that because they're aware of their value and they're aware of the scarcity within the dating market. So if they're aware of that, why don't you act like that? You see where I'm going with this? The reality is this. For straight men especially, it's a very unique trait amongst them, because I don't even see this with gay men. But with straight men, there could be a pool of beautiful, amazing women available. They always seem to want the one who they're not sure if she wants him. The woman who, dare I say it, plays hard to get. Now it's a fine balance, right? You want to play hard to get, not never want to get. He still has to feel like he has a shot at you. But he's got to feel like he's got to work for it. He's got to feel like there's competition, even if he can't see the competition. He doesn't need to ever see the competition, but he needs to feel like it's there. That's the ones they want. The ones who sitting there like, I'm available. I'm ready to be a wife. I'm ready to be a mom. I'll do whatever you want. They're disgusted by those types of women. No shade. Men are disgusted by pick-me's. The women who are like, pick me, pick me, pick me. You show it through your actions. You may not show it through your words, but you show it through your actions. They're disgusted by it. You are the subject of the group chat. And not in a good way. When you let men cross your boundaries, or you don't even tell them what your boundaries are, they don't respect you. That's why I tell you, learn to be mean to men. What I'm really saying is learn to have boundaries. Baby, let me tell you this. You should never care about how he feels when it comes to telling him your boundaries. Well, he's not going to like it. So what? In fact, the more they know that you don't care about how they feel, when it comes to you communicating your boundaries, the more they want you. I don't like that. You know, when you said that, that really made me uncomfortable. It's nothing more to it than that. I would prefer that you do XYZ, because when you did XYZ, I really didn't care for that. I don't want to come across as difficult. So you'd rather come across as easy? Are you serious? It's so crazy, because the meanest women that I know be the ones in the longest term relationships. Same thing for the gays. We're not exempt in that respect. Men are men. The pushovers always stay single. Learn to ignore him. Learn to make him feel irrelevant. Learn to make him feel forgotten. And when do you stop doing that? Because I know that's the question. You stop doing that once he makes you a priority. That's the way it works. The quicker he makes you a priority, and you'll know it when it happens. When a man makes you a priority, baby, he is calling you, texting you, making time with you. He's reworking his schedule. That man used to go to work and then go to the gym for 2 hours a day after work. He ain't doing that no more. Now he getting up early in the morning to go to the gym because he want to have evenings with you. That man used to go out and do this, that, and the other with his homeboys on weekends. Nah, he may do that one night in the weekend or once a month, but now he's trying to spend time with you. If you call that man from your job and you're like, hey, baby, I forgot my lunch, he gonna send you something. You gonna know when you're a priority to him. Until you know you're a priority to him, you treat him like he's not a priority to you. Shouldn't that be common sense? How's that a game? Why would you ever make a man... Listen. If you are operating within your feminine energy, why would you ever make a man your priority when he's not made you his priority yet? That is the dumbest thing ever. I've seen so many women do this of all ages. They think that if I make him a priority, if I treat him like he's a priority to me, then he'll eventually catch up and treat me like I'm a priority to him. It doesn't operate that way. You have to let him do it first. But MJ, I'm so impatient. How am I supposed to wait on that? Blah, 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 blah. By finding another man in the meantime. Fill your roster, baby. Fill your roster. Girl, fill it up. Any man who's halfway decent, who you feel like, okay, I could have a decent conversation with him. When he asks for your number, give it to him. You want DM with him. What you doing this weekend? I don't know what we doing. Let him take you out. You ain't got to go to his house. Fill your roster up. You need to become accustomed to what it feels like to get attention from men. Because the problem is this. Y'all be so picky. And y'all be limiting yourself to who you let give you attention, right? That you end up not really knowing what attention from men feel like. You know what it feel like, but you're really not accustomed to it, right? So then when you do meet a man and he's giving you some attention, it feels real good. Now you got fantasies of, oh, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, we're going to be this, we're going to be that. Oh my God, he could be the one. Blah, 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 blah. You done created a whole narrative in your mind. But then what happens is this, because men are real good at this. They will show you up front. They give you the fantasy, the big picture. Ooh, they make you feel good. And then once they know you locked in, then they pull back. Why wouldn't he do that? He should do that. That's what he's supposed to do. And I ain't mad at him. And then you end up chasing after him. What I'm saying is this. When he does all that make you feel good stuff, even love bombing a little bit, that's cool. It feels good. Shoot, play into it. Enjoy it. Why not enjoy it? But don't get caught up in it. And the best way not to get caught up in it is to have other options. And by other options, I'm not talking about just other options for how to spend your time. Baby, a Pilates class ain't going to do it for you. That's fun. You need more male attention. Hanging out with your bald-headed girlfriends, I love him too. I'm a bald-headed girlfriend here. But that's not going to do it. What's going to do it, listen to me when I tell you this, what's going to do it is getting more male attention. Get more male attention. You need to become so accustomed to male attention that it feels natural and normal. When he's not texting you back in the time frame that you want, somebody else is. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. If you wait 2 hours, somebody about to text you. It's like clockwork. And what's wrong with that? Don't we all like attention? Own it. You like attention. And if he ain't giving it to you, well, there's 5 other men who are. Shoot, or 3 other men. Oh, MJ, I ain't got the time for all that. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Because you got the time to sit and worry about him. You got the time to sit up here and low-key chase him. You got the time to sit up here and fantasize about him. So you got the time to give your time to somebody else and other people. Get used to it. Enjoy it. That's one of the benefits, I think, of dating sites. I know that they can be tough to work with, but I think that the beautiful thing about being on a dating site and constantly being in conversation with people, rather that conversation lasts for a day, a week, you go out with them, you don't go out with them, is it gets you accustomed to having consistent attention and dialogue with men. In best case scenario, you're meeting men who actually may be better for you than the one you're with. Until that man makes you a priority, he needs to be almost irrelevant for you. He gets your time when it's available. And you make sure that when the date is happening, oh, no, baby. We don't spend the night. And the date doesn't go on and on and on. The date's going really, really good. Oh, I have to go. Always need to leave. You always need to leave. Oh, he thought y'all was going to be hanging out until 12, midnight, 1 o'clock. Baby, 11:30. Right when it's at a peak and it's going really well. This is so nice. I have to go. I have to get up in the morning. If you want to give him a quick little 15, 20-minute phone call and he feels amazing on that phone call and it's flowing real good, cut it. I have to go. I have to finish this up. Always leave him in a position of wanting more. And then when you go, you need to go. You need to go be unavailable. Not completely. Not in an inconsiderate way, but you need to be unavailable a little bit. Y'all had that amazing night out? Okay. Go. It was amazing, blah, 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 blah. He's not committed to you yet. He's not made you a priority yet. Just because he makes you feel good on the night out does not mean you're a priority. It just means you're his focus in this moment. Right? Y'all be mistaken. Oh, it feels so good when I'm with him. This must mean he feels this way about me. No, you just have his focus in that moment. The real key is how does he treat you when you're not with him? So then after that date, after that outing, what you're going to do is you're not texting him to say, hey, I made it home. It was a wonderful night. Girl, no. No. When he texts you, talking about it was a wonderful night, I had such a good time. Hope you made it home safe. Text him the next day. In the afternoon. Yesterday was so good, still thinking about it. Hope you're well. It's an acknowledgement. When he says, oh, I want to go out. Are you available on Tuesday? Let me get back to you. Let me see if I'm available. Let me get back to you. You are never immediately available. Even if you are available Tuesday, it's not an immediate yes. Why should he have that immediate access? He not your man yet. He not. Come on now. It doesn't work like that. This is not manipulation. This is leveling the playing field because they do it to y'all. And you would think that you would have learned to do this already. You would have thought that, right? They've been doing it so much, y'all should be well trained in it. But y'all too busy criticizing how they doing the game rather than learning the game. If you're going to play in the league, baby, then learn how the league work. Because they're not going to change. Because what they're doing is working for them. When a man want a woman, he can find one. When a man want to get married, he can find one. If a man ain't married, it's because he don't want to be married. He could be ugly as the bottom of a shoe, dumb as a rock, okay? And as immature as he want to be, he can still find some woman who will marry him and stay married to him. So the game is working out good for them. So why would you not use the same line of thinking for you? What you think there's some crop of men hiding off someplace who are going to operate so sincerely. And they're going to love me. They're going to love me because I'm a good woman. And it's going to be no games, no nothing. Girl, you 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old. Has that happened yet? And it's not about a game. It's about understanding that there's power dynamics in every relationship. If you get 2 puppies right now, 2 dogs for your house, one of them is going to end up becoming the alpha, taking the lead. If you have 2 doggone ants crawling beside each other, if you look at them long enough, you're going to see who's the one in the lead. So if we understand that it is human nature, it's animalistic, it's primal for power dynamics to always be at play, always, then why would we not lean into owning the power that we have to ensure that we are not being taken advantage of by men, that we are not being undervalued by men, and that we're protecting our energy by not giving them the best of our energy and the best of our love until they have given it to us first. You have to understand this as the feminine energy partner, and I'm talking to women as well as feminine gay men. As the feminine energy partner, we are the receptive energy. We receive, right? It's because we're the receptive energy, if that means we're very vulnerable to being hurt, very vulnerable, because we're receiving their energy. And so what I'm saying is before you let him in, because that's a form of letting him in. When you're making him a priority, when you're reaching out, when you're doing all of that, before you let him in, because you know that once he comes into the ocean of love that you have to offer, baby, you already know how it's going to be. You're going to be locked in. So before you let him into that sacred space, what I'm saying is make sure that he's let you into his sacred space. That's the payment for getting access to your sacred space, is that he's got to give you access to his. You never give him access to your sacred space first. Ever. And when I talk about your sacred space, I'm talking about your love. I'm talking about your consistency. I'm definitely talking about your availability. Now, once he's your man and y'all are locked in, baby, if you want to make yourself available to him every day, then that's on you. If you want to text and call every hour, that's on you. That's your man. Y'all are locked in. It's a symbiotic relationship. Y'all are both giving it. So he's pouring into you emotionally. You're pouring in him emotionally. So whatever you give, you're getting it right back. So you can never run dry because everybody's filling each other up. Once you get to that point, then it's all good, baby. It's all good. When you got a man like that in your life, baby, all things I'm talking about right now, all bets are off at that point in time because you're not at a stage where you need this. I'm talking to the people where where you're dating somebody and you're not locked in yet. This is not your committed partner, or he is your committed partner. But the truth of the matter is you recognize that you're doing more. You're overly investing more than he is. Pull back. Pull back. Pull back. You're not doing it in a retaliatory way. You're not doing it to hurt him. You're doing it because your energy, your focus, and definitely your love is your sacred, sacred, sacred jewels. And no one deserves access to them unless they're giving you access to the same things from them. If you like this message, go ahead and click like and click share and make sure that you get my book. The link is available directly above or below this video. It's available where books are sold. We've got the audio form. My book is, where is it at? Oh, here's right here. Okay. Ta-da! It's the audio form. We've got of course the version of it where you can like read it electronically, like on Kindles and all that kind of stuff. And then of course you can get the actual physical hardcover one. Ships almost everywhere in the world, almost everywhere. Okay. So anyway, click the link that's directly above or below this video. Go to Amazon. It's available everywhere. MJ Harris, you'll find my book. It's the gold one, honey. All right. But like I said, stop giving that man so much of your energy until he first shows you that he deserves it by giving you his energy. All right, y'all. Bye-bye.